damn it. Guys. I'm serious. You guys. Wow. You guys, that was great, man.
I love you, Dr.
That
Bill.
was great.
I love you.
I need a nap. Wow. All right. Thank you. Hang on. Can you put my talk title up there for me there? Yeah. Life is an open book exam. And, next picture. I just wanted to show you guys. This is what my life looks like now. Yeah. That was taken right out front of Carly's apartment in Brooklyn. She's a JetBlue pilot still, great. And that's our life. So I just want to fill you in. And by the way, the hurricanes, we have been so blessed, knock on wood. They've all gone around us, although I'm totally ready. We have a generator, we got water, we have food. We ended up having a hurricane watch party because it was going north of us, so I had all this food, so I brought everybody over. Long story, but we're fine. We got this much rain. It was like, this much rain, and then we got a couple gusts of wind. Please, nothing. But so thank you for all your concerns and your prayers. I appreciate that. So anyway, today is an open book, and I haven't done this in a really, 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 really long time. Not just because of retirement, because of COVID, because of all these things. I haven't had the opportunity to see if I'm still on my spiritual toes. I'm doing talks here and there in different churches, and I kind of, like any good minister, I have a whole computer full of talks, and I pull out the best of the best to give the people. I don't write my new talks. I actually just pull them out the old way. And I add a little bit to them to make them more prominent for the moment. So I'm going to do my little game, which is pick a page.
Yes.
And but now I got two books. Because another book that I have found to be really profound, that changed my world, that changed my life, that changed the way I thought of the science of mind, is The Science of Successful Living by Raymond Charles Barker. To me, this book sums up this book. And if you don't want to read this much, it's much easier to read this much, right? And Raymond Charles Barker, who incidentally was the minister in New York City, he had, the day before he made his transition, he was teaching this course from a card table right here. The way he taught was he had a card table on the stage, and he would talk and teach. And he taught a class on the science of successful living, and that night he went to bed, and he slid off and made his transition into another experience. So our church actually has a real basis of his teaching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call out to somebody in the congregation there, and you can pick book 1 or book 2, your choice, right? So book 1 and book 2, and then we're going to talk about a page number, a paragraph number, then a sentence, and I'm going to do a little talk from each one, okay? Are you ready? This is my gift to you. I hope it's a gift and not something you want to return. So, Chris Mead, book 1 or book 2? What, 1? 1. All right. Then you had to give me a page number between 1 and 135. 106. Okay, we're going to go as fast as I can. 106 has... Ooh, you're going to like this chapter. 106 has 2 paragraphs. 1 or 2? Pick 1 or 2. 2? It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has 12 sentences. 1 to 12. 6. Okay, here we go. But I have to lead into it. It is spiritually essential to keep your vision of the future positive no matter what others say or believe.
Wow.
Everyone? On every side, you are beset with the signs of the times. You are reminded of your frailty, your limitations, and the fact that the world is becoming increasingly more complicated and less sure. People who have a knowledge of this omnipresent action of God cannot accept these material verdicts as either true or possible. You have to take your stand one way or the other. You have to serve God A divided mind is unstable and never produces creative ideas. Jesus said that a house divided would eventually fall. Now, okay, you can't make this up. Okay? You cannot make this up. The fact that that was the reading, I mean, how random was that? Right? But so let's talk about that. When you have this, okay, I felt really good when we were singing those 3 songs. I don't know about you. Yes. But for the first time in a long time, I kind of exhaled, and I wasn't so involved in this stuff that's going on. I actually took this spiritual break, this mental break from what was happening on the outside, and I realized that all the power that I have on the inside, I have been just literally giving away to every TV channel and every person in an argument and every demonstration. And I'm bringing this up now, and I mean, people are going to say, oh my God, you talked about politics. Well, you know what? You have to talk about, it's our life right now. You can't ignore it. Turn away from the condition? No, because it's facing you as soon as you walk out the door. So let's talk about that. That is brilliant. This is brilliant. On every side, we are beset with the sign of the times. Keep in mind, these signs of the times have been signs that other people have seen in other parts of history. We're all moving through history constantly. It's not going to stop because of what happens a week from Tuesday. It's not, in fact, we won't know till a week from Sunday, so to give it a break. Might not even know then, so just take a nap. Go on vacation, find something to distract you, because it's going to take a while to get to where we need to go. But wherever that is, just understand that wherever you go, God is. That's it. Wherever I am, God is. And I don't need to fight all the time to bring that to my own attention or the attention of others. What I need to be is genuine with myself, gentle with myself, authentic with myself, and allow myself to feel what I feel, but then walk away from it and go back to the meditation medley. And understand that I've got to be able to give of myself and my love. And I know it's important to sometimes share your opinions. Share them. Don't beat them over the head with other things. We've got to the habit now where we don't share. We pummel. It's like, just chill. Because it says right here, we're constantly reminded of our frailty, our limitations, and the fact that the world is becoming increasingly more complicated and less sure. And it is. You know, I was thinking about something. No, I don't want to go there. All right, let's do another one. Let's see, Eric, book. Can we do this book? 1 to 444. 70. Now, the only thing I don't talk about is Louise Hay's product, because she gets me a lawsuit. All right, 70. Two paragraphs, 1 or 2? 2. 8 sentences. 1. It follows that everything that spirit thinks must take form. The spirit, being self-conscious life, knows and cannot stop knowing. To suppose that it could stop knowing would be to suppose that it could stop being. This is what you read the day after the election. Because guess what? God's going to be there too the day after. No matter what happens, no matter who wins, no matter who loses, guess what? It follows that spirit, the self-conscious life, knows and cannot stop knowing. You know, a really long time, William, I got a compliment from William on one of my talks the other day. He said, Reverend Joe, he said that years ago, during the recession, remember in 2006, 7, whatever that was, yeah. 7, 8? And I made that declaration that our church was not going to experience and participate in that recession, that it may be happening outside, but that's a consciousness outside of us, and we don't need to bring that in this building. And during that year, we actually grew and expanded. Yep. And so how about we take that idea right now? That no matter what happens, our personal goal will be to continue to focus on what we need to know. Don't let go of principle even on special occasions. We don't release our principles because of something that happens that upsets us. That's the time we have to dive more into it, not less. That's the time we have to go deeper into love one another. And I know that can be tough, but what's our choice? Who wants to live a life of discord and chaos? So no matter what happens, I have to know that God is always going to be God. And I have to trust. I have to trust and know that whatever's for the highest and best good is unfolding, and if it has a different direction than what I think it should be, then my life can still continue to focus on the good that exists in my life. I don't have to toss all my good out because of something that happens on some political arena. I can still keep my good, my faith, my love, my friends, my family, my pets, my life. I don't have to toss that all out and be upset constantly because of something that happens. I can make a choice. And it is choice. And I like the fact that these songs were all about everything must change and I am changing. That's why I chose those songs today. Because there's a possibility no, it's not a possibility. Everything is going to change like it has changed consistently among the decades and generations. Right? And the only thing that we know about change is that change comes from within, and it's only my view of my world that keeps me stuck. Now, I can listen to the opinions of others, and trust me, everyone's going to have a gazillion opinions. Do I want to harbor those? Do I want to keep those to my heart? Or do I want to know that I am changing? That I am capable of adjusting, that I'm capable of loving and finding joy and finding peace in the chaos of things. You know, it's funny, we were doing that meditation and I heard somebody's phone bark. Here's the phone, whoever it was, don't worry, I'm not kicking you out like I would my husband. But, so, for those of you who don't know, one day I said, I'm going to go back to this real quick. One day I said, Trey, I'm sorry I have to do this. I said, I just want to get through a meditation. See, God's pissed off because I'm a dish tray. So I just said, I tell this story all the time. I just want to get through one meditation without a cell phone going off. Just one. So everybody, please, I beg of you, turn your cell phones off. So we're going through the meditation, and Reverend Sam was going up there to do the prayer, and I'm standing right here, and she's doing the prayer, and then I hear, ring! But it's not coming from out here. It's coming from one of the backup singers, which was my husband. And Michael Hadley and Gina at the time, Trey was in the middle, and you should have seen them. They both went. In the middle of the meditation, right? And Trey did not budge. He just turned the phone off. And then Reverend Sam made some comment, well, sometimes God is calling, and it worked out perfectly. But it broke everybody up. I mean, at that point, your meditation's over. You're like, okay, go home. But what was really funny was he got off, they walk off here, and Elizabeth was right there, and he said to Elizabeth, do I have time to grab my keys, or should I just run? You know what she said? Run. And because of that, Trey, my lovely husband of 35 years, I'm going to go to the blue book, pick a page 1 to 130. Quick. What? Oh, wait, what did you say? 98. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Pick 1 to 4. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 6 sentences. Third. 1, 2, 3. I have to preface this. The electric light is not interested in whose home it shines.
Wow. Think about that.
Let's think about that for just a second. The electric light is not interested in whose home it shines. It is neither conscious or garret of any palace. It knows only how to shine. God can only be God. But then he goes and talk about health. So I'm going to follow this up. Health is the result of an orderly and balanced arrangement of patterns in the subconscious. And anyone who can spiritually recondition their thinking through this technique can heal. So physical health, mental health, emotional health. The light is always there. The electricity is always there. The power, the source to make changes and heal your life is always there. You don't need to search for it. You don't need to look for it. What you need to do is just follow it. Now, sometimes when you follow it, it may lead you to a therapist or a doctor or a divorce lawyer. It may lead you to places that you need to go. But just pay attention and allow it to lead you, and know that electric, when he's talking about electric, we're talking about a source. The source and the power are always available to you and willing to lead you to the place if you acknowledge it. It's just like electricity. Electricity is flowing through this socket over here right now. You have to plug into it for it to work for you. And if you plug into it the wrong way, it'll blow you away. But if you plug into it the right way, light can illumine your path. So I would say this, in the next couple weeks, watch where your light goes. Watch where you're plugging in. Watch the source that you're plugging into, and be very selective about how you want to heal yourself, not others. Others are responsible for their own healings. We're each responsible for our own healing. When someone comes to me and says, "Heal me, Reverend Joe," I said, "Okay, but you have to do the work. You have to be ready to receive a healing." And so that means there has to be a receptivity on your part to experience this light. And there has to be a responsibility on your part on how you're going to reflect this light. Which means 9 times out of 10, I've got to keep my mouth shut. Ooh. You know, Raymond Charles Barker, I think it was Raymond Charles talked about, somebody said it. I'll give myself credit. You know, when I said this, words are double-edged swords. 4 agreements. Words are double-edged swords. They can heal and they can hurt. They can heal and they can hurt. So what ones are you going to choose to use? When you pull out and start talking, are you going to use healing words or hurtful words? What's going to be your choice? Because you have a choice. And a lot of times, like I said, the best thing we can do is go like this. I mean, there's a time for debate and time to be quiet. And a lot of times I have to learn, after I've spoken my piece, stop. Because it's not up to me to move anything. It's up to me to find my own inner peace in this moment. Which can be a challenge, and probably will be the next couple of weeks. But hopefully what you can do is you can get online and go to our website and go to the archives, and you can play the meditation election medley. And you can stand in your living room and say, "Let there be." You can give it your all. And then you can sing "One People," and I send my love over the mountains, and people will think you are insane. But you'll know that you're not, because you're going to know that that's the way we can process these things, in a way that we can process the worldly things in a spiritual way. Everything in life can be processed in a spiritual way. When we take the time to remove ourselves from the energy of it, unplug from the things that aren't working, and change the circuitry, change the plug, and plug it into a different connection. Because either way, that thing is flowing. That energy is flowing, and you get to choose where it goes. So, I'm going to conclude by saying this. Thank you so much for having me back. I love coming back to see you guys. And let's just know, and let's just know beyond knowing that it's all going to begin with me. It's all going to begin with you. And when each one of us accepts that in this moment, then I don't have to look outside myself to find my happiness, my joy, or my love. I will experience it, I will give it freely to others, and I will receive it freely from others. And so ends your lesson. Thank you, everybody.